Yeah, my people, welcome back to the channel, man. I really appreciate you guys again. As you don't know, there to drop our details and input about the game last night. You know, Steve McCLAREN first game at the office, his first game managing the Reggae Boy team, man. You understand? But you know, when you look at it, you know, a whole lot of positive, you know, you can take from the game. A whole lot of positive, you know, and then you know you have some areas and some critical moments in the game where you're going to critique and we like, how the hell did that really happen? You understand? But first thing first, you know, the Kafa first game, that's a positive. You know, he showed us some signs in that game as well. And the fans, the last home game that we played against Dominica Republic, you understand? Dominica Republic, we had just a little bit over 9,000 fans. Yeah? And now this game at home, so we that's another progress as well. You know, we jump from the 9,000 just slightly in that 10,000 bracket, and you know you could see the amount of fans. And I believe that if the time and schedule of that game, of the Dominica Republic game, probably would go into probably the 12,000 to 13,000 bracket. I watched a game last night, you know, the Honduras game, Trinidad. It wasn't a full stadium as well, you know, which you know the Honduran fans, you know, normally come out to support their national team whenever they have a home game. So, but we want to stay on the positive side of the office. You understand? As I said, look, 0-0 draw. You know, it's a stalemate. You know, not many fans out there would have predict a 0-0 draw against a Cuban team, been known for a baseball nation. We barely get the ball into the back of the net against another baseball nation, Dominican Republic. So 2 last home games that we play, it's against 2 Spanish-speaking CFU nation, and probably I was expecting to see a goal difference of, you know, a +10 without conceding a goal, you know. But again, you know, our defense line, you know, can say okay, they get a clean sheet. But let me get into, you know, the action, because you know, we got the fans again, you know, for turning out, you know, really show amazing support, and hopefully this is something that's going to get bigger and bigger. Hopefully the fans them as well don't let this disappointed result, as I call it, it's an embarrassed result on the scorecard. It's an embarrassed result on the scorecard. You know, it's especially when they played just over 50% of the game with 10 men, with 1 man down. You know, Perez got a red card just in around, I think, the end of the first half, you know. But fans, let me talk to them first. Don't let this bad result show the half and say, oh, yo, we're not going to represent the team, we're not going to come out and support the team, we're not going to come buy any ticket or anything like that. You understand? Just keep the progress as well, just like how the team is making progress onto the pitch. The players are going to need you guys as much as possible. You get what I say? To be that 12 man, you know, just to give them that extra motivation, you know, moving forward. You understand? But I mean, looking at the starting level, you know, Andre Blake, you know, Dexter and Amarabel at the wing back, you know, Ethan Pino and Damian Lowe partnership in the center half. I was kind of skeptical with the inclusion of Damian Lowe in that back four. You know, I still think he can do a job for us. I think, you know, he's still a very good player, you know, for this squad. You know, we really need him in this squad. But I think this game, I don't think we really need another Lowe in that back line, to be honest. And I'm going to touch there. And the midfield, you know, the midfield is Joel Latibodier, you know, Casey Palmer and Bobby, they cover it in that number 10. And, you know, Jamal Lowe on the right, Demar Gray on the left, you know, Antonio through the middle. I just had a few points that, you know, Damian Lowe in the back line, Joe Latibodier in that number 6 position. I don't want to see Joe Latibodier playing in that number 6 position, because I think he don't give us much control on the ball. You understand? He don't pick this moment as fast as possible. You know, he's not that quick of a quick thinker in that midfield. I think he is more of a player that can start the build up from the back and progress the ball through the middle, you know, and get the ball in the channels, you know, from midfield to the attacking areas. And I was thinking, you know, maybe he was the right man to partnership with Ethan Pinnock, because, you know, you have one right-footed player on the right side. You have a Damian Lowe who tend to sometimes make some rational decision. You know, sometimes it probably want to take too much touch on the ball. You know, want to go that big diagonal long pass. Sometimes it just didn't work, and I see him try to find, you know, his opponent with some 40-50 yards pass, and it didn't pin, and it was simple pass. You know, when you look on the gap of the target between the target man that you want to pass the ball to the opponent that trying to close down the reggae boy player that they man is looking for, the gap between them sometimes is like 10 to 12 yards, and it's easy to pin a ball from 40 to 50 yards if you're not playing on the highest level. You know, you see some of the best center half, the players are like 5 yards apart, and them are pin some 60 yards pass. I'm just saying, he used to have that in his locker, where he used to be a little more consistent. But you know, I'm looking at that as well. It's not being consistent for him to be pinning those passes. He's failing those passes a lot of times. You get what I say? But I think, you know, the starting lineup, you know, to be honest, you know, I think it kind of shake up things where or how the team should be playing, especially when you look on the team, the coach. You know, I think the coach have showed that, look, this is how we want to play. This is how we're going to play. You know, we're going to build up the ball. You know, we're going to take control of the game. But one thing though, last night what I saw, we lack intensity, we lack energy, and we lack some type of bit of creativity in that attacking final third. In that, you know, it showed that, you know, in that final third of the game, it showed that we lack a lack of creativity, that decision making. It could have been a little bit better, and I really feel that, you know, with the game that Casey Palmer had, you know, it's a stellar game. You know, he could probably play that a lot more better. But I think if he was playing in that more advanced role where Bobby Reid is, I probably would have seen more of a bit of chances, that clear-cut chance created. But I think, you know, Bobby Reid, he have done okay. But you know, the man that really played the better football in the team was Casey Palmer. You understand? It was Casey Palmer. You know, everybody saw it, everybody talking about it. You know, that's his best game since he made his debut for the REGGAEBOYZ last year at this time. You know, so that's a progress as well. You know, the Gray, the key player that many Reggae Boy fans is looking forward to see. Look, he should have at least put one of those ball in the back of the net. Mikel Antonio, yeah, Mikel Antonio. I don't know what's wrong with Mikel Antonio. Mikel Antonio is not running the channels. Mikel Antonio is not staying on that last defender where he can run off his shoulder. When you look when a Kyle Dixon play in the past, when you look at even a Shaman Nicholson always tend to stay on that last defender where he can break the lines. Mikel Antonio at times sometimes want to drop deep, you know, sometimes want to come and, you know, collect the ball and turn. We have midfielders. This is why we have midfielders in the midfield to do that job, to bring the ball to you, break the line, you know, make a quick spin and run off a defender's shoulder. You know, we're not seeing a lot of the Mikel Antonio runs that he have made previously in the Premier League, especially when West Ham is playing on the counter attack. You know, but look, there was a clear plan on the pitch, you know, with Steve McCLAREN, but it's just going to take time. You know, we just have to be patient with this journey that we are on with Steve McCLAREN. You know, it's the first game, but it's scary when you look two teams that we're going to play. We're going to go to Nicaragua, and we going to play Honduras away. You know, those games, when you look at those games, it's going to be a very, very tough game for us, you know. But we just have to be careful of know how we go to Honduras and play. You know, we're going to have to pick up some type of a point. We must get a point in Honduras, you understand? And when you look at even the teams that are already seeded is waiting, you know, the best, I think the best group winner will play Canada, and I think the second best group winner will play Mexico, and I think the second best runners-up in from both groups will play Panama, and the best second, and I think the second best second place will play the US as well. But you know, lots of positive, man, lots of positive, you know, in the game. You just have to just be patient with the coach. But I will call this result an embarrassed result. You know, it's an embarrassed result on the pitch, especially these men play with 10 men. for over 50% of the game, just over 50% of the game, and we couldn't break them down. But lots of opportunity have created. We didn't take our chance. In a Jamalo, again, another player that didn't took his opportunity. Yeah, he got two very good opportunity. He got two very good opportunity. One where I think it was scramble between him and Antonio, where he trying to take two touches off the ball and try to dink it over the keeper, and he got one in the 6-yard box. I think that one came from Amari Bell as well. Just 5 minutes into the second half, you know, he got that chance. You know, so the Amari Gray got a few opportunity where he should have took that and, you know, probably slapped the ball in the back of the net as well. You know, but look, 0-0. Let's move on. Let's hug it up. We have to take it. It's already done and dusted. Tuesday night, it's Honduras. Tough game. You know, Steve McCLAREN, hope he can learn from it as well. You know, and move on from what happened in Kingston and think about Honduras and, you know, try to pick the best possible team that can beat Honduras on Tuesday night. You know, but he's going to. I think, you know, he have even said it. He's still learning the players who can come off the bench and create an impact, as I think Kyle Dixon should have probably came on a little bit earlier, you know, but it is his first game. He's still learning, you know, so mistakes going to make along the journey. So it's up to him how he can eliminate these mistakes as fast as possible and try to get things as much as 100%. It's not going to be perfect, but keep it to around 95 to 99. You know what I say? But yeah, you know, respect again, you know, look out for the Nick and Dan podcast at hour R2 from now. Bless up, salute.
In the city life, I'm feeling so alive. Drifting around the corner, got them shades on my eyes. It's a pretty little thing by my side that's flawless. Why you niggas still chasing road?